going on, clearly. So, but with Rodney and Kevin on the parking lot project, so just a heads up that I don't think we're too far off from that. We're gonna try to get together this week and, make sure that what we have is what they envision, I think is the best way to put that, or make sure we haven't lost anything in translation for what needs to be done during the project. So a lot of credit to Devin. He's been working on that in between everything else I've dumped on his desk. So we're working on that, and we do have a shouldering crew going around. So if you come along and there seems like an abnormal amount of rock on the road, there's some places where we can disc the shoulder, and there'll be a couple motor graders, and they'll pull the rock up, and then they'll go ahead and scrape the rock back off. And sometimes we'll have a broom depending on the site and the situation. But there's other places where we just simply have to add rock, and same thing, you still got motor graders there. But it's a slow moving operation, and people just kind of got to be patient until they can pass us and get around us. It's a little messy while you're doing it, but trying to get the edge drop offs along our paved roads taken care of for safety reasons. So that is going on also. So plenty of stuff just like everybody else.
Okay. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate that. I don't think I missed anybody. We shall move on to discussion and vote. We have payroll reimbursement claim for the amount of $795.58 and no non-cash taxable.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Sarah?
Tom Broker,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell,
Yes.
Jim Carrey.
Yes. Okay, now we have a resolution for the 2025-057 final plat for the Alexander Acres subdivision.
So this is a one lot minor subdivision, pretty large acreage overall, but it's really just intended to split an existing undeveloped wooded property between adjoining owners, and this piece will be attached with property to the east. So this is between Beaverdale and Prairie Grove Roads, I sent you a staff report in advance just as a refresher. This did go up for review several months ago. At the time, the property would be landlocked, though it would have an easement to the private road nearby. But because this is in the 2 mile review area of the city of West Burlington, they indicated that it would need to have at least 50 feet of frontage on a platted roadway for them to approve it. So there was a back and forth there with the subdivider, because they actually own a couple of adjacent parcels. So they ended up attaching it to the lot in which their house is already located, and so that's actually now part of this lot 1, which was expanded from about 30 to 40 acres. So it would have its own access on Lakewood Drive, apart from that modification, there's no change in the proposed use of the property, no additional development as far as I'm aware. So we did get some response from NRCS that they do have some CRP ground there. So we noted that on the a resolution that's just on the record going forward. No indication that they intend to develop it, but it's there for the record. So apart from that, no other comments, so we recommend approval.
Thank you.
Motion to approve the final plat of Alexander Acres.
Second.
Sarah?
Tom Broker,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell,
Yes.
Jim Carrey.
Yes. Okay, moving on, we have resolution 2025-58 for the final plat for the third addition to the Key subdivision.
This one should be,
Sarah, again? for you.
This one should be a little bit more familiar to you since it came out for review more recently, within the past few weeks. So this is another one lot subdivision, quite a bit smaller, about 1.5 acres. So this is north of Burlington on 155th Street. It sounds like a big deal being part of the third edition, but really it's just taking a piece off of one of the earlier subdivisions here. It's all within the same family pretty much for several homes along the north side of 155th Street. So the first edition is where most of those lots were original lots were carved out of, and so this lot 6 is going to be taken off the south end of lot 3. It has frontage along 155th, and it would use access an existing driveway on the east end, which is already shared between several homes in that area, and it includes an easement which has been widened to 66 feet for future consideration if there were to be additional lots split off around here. So it's being split off. The lot it's being split off from is actually the one that the current owner is intending to sell, and then this smaller 1.5 acre piece is what they intend to keep. So it could potentially be developed for a home in the future, but as far as I know, that's not the immediate intention. But it would have access, and it meets the minimum lot size requirement, so I would recommend approval.
Thank you.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Sarah?
Shane McCampbell,
Yes.
Tom Broker,
Yeah.
Jim Carrey.
Yes. Okay, now we have personnel action. Like we have 2 for conservation. The first one is Hannah Gerhardt, Natural Resource Manager. Anniversary. Previous rate $49,900 and 3 cents. The new rate $51,771 and 28 cents. And the next one is for Mandy Spencer, Administrative Assistant Office Manager, for unpaid leave 15 hours, November 6th and 7th, 2025.
Motion to approve both.
Second.
Sarah?
Shane McCampbell,
Aye.
Tom Broker,
Yes.
Jim Carrey.
Yes.
I think your conservation ones were
Another-
sticking.
another-
Your
another
conservation ones,
con-
I think, were sticking together.
You know,
There should
actually,
be,
they stuck together. I had the county
Yeah.
attorneys for,
that's the county attorney, these 2 are conservations.
Yeah. let me restate that. They stuck together, so. So this one here is right.
Brian Havner.
And this one here was for, Brian Hamner, which was his anniversary. We'll start over on this. Gentlemen. This was in between the 2 of them. Okay. We did this one here.
Yep.
That one there's done. Okay, this one here is for conservation, which is Brian Hafner. It's an anniversary, 12-month step increase, $43,662.53. The new rate is $45,533.78.
Motion to approve both.
Second.
Yeah, we've already approved them, so sorry about that, guys. This one here is stuck. Okay, this is for, county attorney, for Randy Spencer, office manager. This is the unpaid leave of absence for 15 hours on November 6th and 7th, 2025. You want to approve that?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay. We've got Sarah?
Tom Broker,
Yes.
Shane Campbell,
Yes.
Jim Carrey.
Yes. Now we have, one for mental health. And the Moines County Board of Supervisors, for the past 19 and a half years of dedicated service with Des Moines County, effectively November the 28th, 2025, I will take the new journey in life and retire. It's been a privilege to spend nearly 2 decades serving persons with mental illness and disabilities. These experiences have given me many opportunities to witness and walk with individuals through their highs and lows navigating life. I will forever hold those close to my heart. Legislation, laws, Iowa codes, central point of coordinates, regions, and districts have all evolved, faded, and yet become greater and stronger each change to keep the missions of serving and providing funding for the services for mental illness and disabilities. I've been blessed with many great colleagues and appreciate their guidance, support, and collaboration through all these years. Thank you again for the opportunity to make a difference and truly enjoy the ride. Sincerely, Patty Brooks. And
Motion
this-
to approve. Patty was great. She went through all that from the central coordination to the regions, districts, whatever. And what I remember about Patty is you knew something was gonna get done.
Yeah.
You got the Patty, so then you could forget about it.
I'll second that.
Sarah?
Tom Broker,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell,
Yes.
Jim Carrey.
Yes. Okay, local health. Looks like we have 4 of them for local health. The first one is, Priscilla Krieger. New hire effective 10/27/2025. Salary $49. That's cheap. How about $49,150.40? The next one is, Madeline Bart. And, she is a, secretary for local health. New hire effective 10/28/2025. Her salary is $41,180.09. And the next one is for Drew Tucker, CNA, new hire, full-time effective 11/3, annual salary is $34,841.06. And the next one again is for Madeline Bart, public health nurse, 1.5 hours unpaid on 11/5/2025.
Motion to approve all 4?
Second.
Sarah?
Shane McCampbell,
Yes.
Tom Broker,
Yes.
Jim Carrey.
Yes. Now I have one for the correctional center. It's Catherine Manley, part-time kitchen cook. New hire at $16.80 an hour.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Sarah?
Tom Broker,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell,
Yep.
Jim Carrey.
Yes. Now I have reports. We have these will be in the auditor's office for reviewing at your own discretion. And I have the reporter's report fees reflected October 2025. And I have the sheriff's report for fees collected in October 2025, and also have the clerk's report for fees collected in October 2025. These will be on file in the auditor's office for review and at your own discretion. Now I have the minutes for the regular meeting on November the 4th, 2025.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Sarah?
Tom Broker,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell,
Yes.
Jim Carrey.
Yes. Now we have the first tier canvas results for the city school November 4th, 2025 election. Okay.
So there's quite a few races. So there was a write-in race for City of Burlington. They had 468 write-in votes. 187 of those were Kevin Cox, and 240 were Terry Schnack. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to make the top three, so Phillips, Kreitzer, and Wilson took the lead on that. City of West Burlington had 2 seats open and only 1 ran, so there was a write-in candidate that won. Tony Diaz won with 87 votes. And then same with Danville School District. They had 2 seats open and only 1 person ran on the ballot, so there was a write-in for Brian Bauer with 93 votes and Jason Samples 110. So Jason won that one. So with this just being the first tier, I've got to share with my surrounding counties that have some votes in there. So these aren't final. There's only a few of them that I have that will change some, but nothing to change the results. But so I'll have my second tier next week, and then that'll be done.
We'll stamp these after
Yep,
the meeting.
we can do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, is there any other business?
I have none.
Future agenda items. We're gonna have a work
Wait,
session on the,
Can you vote on the first tier canvas?
What's that?
Can you vote on the first tier canvas?
I thought
Please.
you said you answered every door you're doing that.
No.
Well, I guess we got some good candidates here. We need a vote on.
Motion to approve the first tier canvas results.
Second.
Sarah?
Tom Broker,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell,
Yes.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're gonna have a work session on the, wind turbines next week.
Probably won't know till later this week.
I don't think we'll know until later this week.
Probably not.
If it is, it'll be on the agenda, so. Okay. Committee reports.
I had a decaf board meeting, but it was just review. Nothing really to report there.
I had none.
I just had a review on Russ. We're gonna have a meeting next Wednesday. So that's all I had. Okay, it's time for public input. Anybody from public has any input, you can call 319-753-8203 extension 4 or email board@dmcounty.com. Meanwhile, anybody in the audience have anything to say?
Brad Coates, Pleasant Grove. We wanted to turn in a petition today that was floating around. And then there's and I'll get to it in a second, there's some heat maps that go with that. But the petition, 850 total signatures we ended up with on this second petition. 727 electronic, 123 by hand. So kind of the old fashioned way. We still walked around and knocked on some doors and got them that way. And basically the petition covered setback distances from homes and property lines, and kind of focused on trying to keep those safe. That was the Safe Turbines for DMC was the petition name. There was a comparison in there to other counties that have updated their petitions in the last 2 years as to what those setbacks were and kind of where Des Moines County, the proposed ordinance is right now, which was kind of low. And then there was some numbers in there with regard to wildlife and conservation. So we were asking, or the petition proposed 3280 feet from the residence and from the property lines, 650 max on a turbine height, which you all have now put into the, prior to this going, it was like the day before this went out, so it was still on the petition, you bumped that. Draft up to 650 on the max turbine height, and then 5 miles from Eagle Nest and 3 miles from a bad location. So, then the heat maps here that you have, so the first page shows both petitions, so all signatures collected over 2 petitions put together. So the first petition back in June was to extend the moratorium for 2 years. The second petition is the one we just handed in. So this shows on a heat map, it's got the proposed, or the FFA approved turbine locations up in the northwest corner. And then you can kind of tell on the front page what that is. I think that to us, or to me, the biggest thing that jumped out was if you look at the second page, which is the 498 signatures, and you look at the kind of the heat map on that, it was pretty heavy on Mediapolis and a lot less on Burlington, and kind of spread out a little bit, and a little heavier over towards Pleasant Grove and Yarmouth. If you look at the second or the third page, which is the second petition, it really is a countywide issue. Everybody really kind of has jumped into this petition. The numbers increased a lot going to this second petition. I think there's a lot more awareness. I would say from the people we talked to, there's a lot more concern and just wanting, kind of safe, decent numbers put into the ordinance. So that's what the heat maps are showing. That's the second petition.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah, just to add to that,
name?
Don Rolfs, excuse me. Yeah, we were, I guess, considered the old-fashioned part, my wife and I, Diane. We did the walking around. We started out, we were targeting Mediapolis a little bit. And quickly after going through that, just as Brad said, it was easily recognized that the increased awareness and concerns people were having, a lot of questions, a lot of comments for us. Everybody was willing to have us come into their home. First time ever doing a petition from that end. Ended up being a better experience than what I thought. Everybody was very, very, I guess just happy to have us coming around so they could talk to us. But my wife and I decided, we ended up starting in Mediapolis, but then we thought we better validate this a little bit more. So we went, west of Yarmouth. We went down to 99 onto the Bluff area, Sperry, Dodgeville. We even went into the West Burlington area. And it was just interesting to hear the people in the communities had just as much concern as the people out on the county. So just wanted to pass that on to validate a little bit more. When you look at the heat map, we were talking to these people face to face, people we didn't know, and they were willing to express their concerns to us. And again, mainly on the safety of the setbacks and the wildlife. Those are the two things that really stood out.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, seeing nobody else?
Real quick, I will mention tonight is the second of the Highway 61 public meetings. It's just a piggyback off the last one. I think just kind of taking in, I think they're gonna summarize and have some displays for people to look at of, I won't say a final proposal to the DOT, but another addition to a layout and stuff. So kind of snuck up on me with Tuesday being, our week being a little messed up with Tuesday and Wednesday, but just to mention it to you, hopefully we have good public turnout. It's not anything, I'll be there because I'm on the Highway 61 coalition, but it's really organized and put on by the consultant that was doing that project. So,
For the people who don't know where's it gonna be
it'll
held?
be 5:30 to 7 at the chamber.
Yeah.
Up in, I believe it'll be in the wine guard room.
Third floor.
Huh?
Third floor.
So,
Okay, thank you.
and that has to do with Roosevelt through Burlington. It's that corridor specifically on Highway 61 area.
They'll push you for a walkover?
I wouldn't say pushing for anything, looking at just trying to take people's concerns and thoughts and try to blend them into some, at least kind of posed approach, I guess. Yeah, that is part of the conversation, but that's also becomes a funding challenge because that involves Burlington pretty heavily with the way the DOT does things.
I mean, that's dangerous when then people walk across there.
And that was one of the main points, was trying to handle, from a lot of people, was in businesses too, was trying to handle pedestrians better.
Yeah.
And that's just something that the DOT, best case scenario is that it's a partnership. Sometimes it's the cities going it alone on that topic. So, so yes, that is part of the conversation, but this is, while it's focused on trying to help that cause, it's really more of a corridor-wide look more than specifically, you know, perhaps there'll be a proposal, these are a couple locations where it would be ideal for something. It's not necessarily the only point in the whole thing, I guess. So, but it is a priority. Sorry,
Thank
go
you.
ahead, Trevor.
Go ahead.
I'm done.
As far as signing these petitions,
Name?
I'm sorry, Charles Tonkinson, South Yarmouth. As far as signing these petitions, we were just down last Friday at the Art Center down there, and you know, they have the usual thing. Probably 50 people I know in there that probably did not even sign this or knew about it. I did tell them that it's too late for Brad, but I must have talked to 50 people in there, and I never found one person that was going to give me an argument about these windmills. I was shocked. I thought somebody's got to be for them. Who's for them? They could get a lot more signatures than that. I mean, do people talk to you and say, "Hey, we want these windmills"? I mean, what's the ratio? I guess is my question.
I hear people, it seems to me the majority of people are against windmills entirely. But there are people on the other side. You've heard some of them in here.
I'm sure there are, but what's their argument? The argument says that they're gonna get out 168 megawatts.
You'll have to talk to them.
You know what that is, Tom?
You'll have to
That's a
talk-
30-mile-an-hour wind.
You'll have
If
to
they're
talk to
gonna, the
them.
numbers they're giving you. The other false numbers they're giving you, is the copious. No one's talking about the copious amount of electricity it takes to get these windmills going, that they're gonna have to grab off the grid. They have to have a grid to even get them started. You can spin them all day long, but if you don't energize those batteries, or magnets, those magnets, you're gonna have nothing. You can spin it all day long. And we talked about safety and we talked about property rights. It looks like to me that somebody's got their thumb on the scale on the property rights. Safety, I think, is gonna be number one. And that's part of the supervisor's position is safety.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? With an eye, we're out of here.
CT.